great day for some deep power, huh?
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys, let's do it. Let's just do the thing. Any requests? Any special requests?
Always could always use hips and back.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okie doke. I like it. Let's do that. Hips and back. Okay. So, I'll spotlight myself just in case. Go ahead and let's start laying down on our back. I don't understand. So lay down on your back, and as you lay down, you can take a moment and do whatever feels good to you. So maybe you take your arms and your legs long. Maybe you hug your knees in. Maybe you give yourself a little temple massage or a little jaw massage. So whatever just kind of feels good, calls to you in this moment. Roll around on the ground, do whatever you want to. Pet your dog, cuddle with your dog. You have a cute dog like Barb Bean, Snugglebug. All right. And then come into constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent, feet wider than your hips, and your knees fall in towards each other. And they can either touch or they just can fall in and they don't have to touch. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. Start to feel into everything right here, right now. So letting go of what happened earlier today and letting go of what's going to happen later today, what may or may not happen later today. And just feel right now. Feel your body on the ground. Feel your breath rise and fall. Any physical sensations, any emotions. And then next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. When you think you're full, hold. Take an extra little sip. And then great big sigh of relief out your mouth. Again, 2 more times like that. Inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness. Take an extra sip. And then even bigger sigh out your mouth. Let it out. Last time, biggest inhale you've taken all day long. See if there's 2 extra sips, 2 more teaspoons of air. Sip, sip. And then sigh it out your mouth, release, let it go. All the way to the very, very, very bottom of that breath. And then slowly just start to drop into your ujjayi breath very intentionally. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And even as you drop into your ujjayi, you should still feel your chest, your ribs, your belly expanding with each inhale. And then hugging in and contracting with each exhale. Good job, you guys. So now connected to your ujjayi breath, keep it with you. And bring your feet together, open your knees wide like a book. So soles of your feet press together. And see if you can press your feet together so much that you lift your hips, lift your butt up. You can reach your arms out to both sides if that feels better, if that helps a little bit. Squeeze through your outer glutes and lift your butt up higher. Imagine somebody's pressing your knees down and you're pressing against them, lifting your hips. Take one more big inhale, lift. And then exhale, let it go. Bring your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Set up for bridge. So arms down by your sides. All 10 toes face forward, feet, hips width distance apart. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up. And inhale to slowly peel your spine off of your mat. Once you get to the top of your bridge, invitation to kind of shimmy your shoulders underneath you. And if it's available, invitation to interlace your fingers. Any other variation you want to take here is more than welcome. You've got about 5 breaths in bridge pose. Press down through your heels and the inner edges of your feet especially. Press down through the back of your head. Imagine you're trying to reach your knees and your shins forward away from your upper body. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Take one more big, huge, full body breath. Stay in your bridge, but just work your shoulders out from underneath you. And invitation to reach your arms straight up towards the sky. Take one more inhale. Keep your arms reaching up. And then as you exhale, ever so slowly lower your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Super slow. And then at the very bottom, when you're back to neutral, tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. Widen your feet so they're mat width distance apart. And slowly windshield wiper your knees from side to side. You might work your feet a little further away from your upper body if that feels better. And just go slow enough that you can really feel this. So you feel it down in your low back, you feel it in your hips. You're moving with your breath. Slowly and intentionally. Come back to center. So finish the round you're on and then come back to center. Hug your knees in and just gentle rock. Side to side, low back massage. We're just going to find our way up to a seated position. So you can either rock and roll forward and back, or however you want to get there, just find your way up to a seat. If it feels more comfortable to sit up on a prop of some sort, please do. Make yourself nice and comfy. All right, so start with your arms, just relax down to your sides or hands in your lap, and really allow your shoulders to melt down away from your ears. Feel the length in the back of your neck and the length in the sides of your neck. Saw through your facial muscles. Next time you breathe in, take your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, twist to your right. You can bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Your right hand to the ground or a block behind you. Sit up tall and breathe out into your belly. Maybe gaze over your back shoulder. Take about 2 more breaths here in your twist. And then inhale, back to center, arms up, realign. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. Be here for a few rounds of breath. So gentle leverage with your arms. And then use your breath to work it. Exhales are an invitation to go just a little deeper from the inside. We're going to take it breath to movement now. Next, inhale back to center, arms reach up. Exhale, twist, just reach your arms forward and back, but see if you can still feel the twist coming from your core. Inhale, back up, arms up. Exhale, other side, so your right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Inhale, back to center, arms extend. One more time each way. Exhale, twist. Use your strong core and feel it. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. So not just twisting from arms, but right from your waistline. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands out in front of you and come forward to hands and knees. So finding a tabletop position now. And anything that would feel good in your own body. So maybe it's cat cows, maybe it's circles with your hips, maybe it's a child's pose. So lots of options, lots of ways to explore from your hands and your knees. There's no right or wrong. And let's meet in a neutral spine position. We'll take thread the needle, right arm out, right arm up, breathe in here. And as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath. Take a few deep breaths, working this posture any way you want to. Good, you guys. If your left hand is lifted, bring it back down. Inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it out and up. Exhale, right hand down. Other side. So if you want to, you just can kind of move your hips a little bit, neutralize, and then whenever you're ready, same thing, other side, left arm out and up, and then thread it through. Big deep breaths here. Good job. Last couple of rounds on this side. Right hand down if it happens to be lifted. And then unthread your left arm out and up. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Downward facing dog. Walk out your down dog. Ujjayi breath. Take a great big inhale and lift your hips even higher. With your exhalation, gaze forward and bring your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Once you arrive, find your halfway lift position, lots of length. Exhale, fold. Do that once more, halfway lift. And release. Let's rise, take it all the way to stand, arms overhead, big inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, slow swan dive all the way down. Lift halfway with your in-breath. And let it go. Rise. Heart leads. Arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. One more like that. Flow with breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, takes you down slowly. Lift halfway, breathe in. And fold as you breathe out. Take it back up all the way to stand, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. And then this time, sit back into a chair pose. From chair, if your feet are not already hips width distance apart, bring them hips width distance apart. We're going to twist. Bring your left hand down in between your feet and reach your right arm up. Make sure that your knees don't collapse in. Make sure your knees don't move out. So keep them nice and even. Your knees are pointing forward. Your butt is reaching back. You're twisting from your center. Take one more, let's say actually 2 more rounds in your twisted chair. So left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. Breathe and twist with your exhalations. Bottom of your next exhalation all the way to empty and release into your forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank, side plank. So right hand is your base, roll onto the baby toe edge of right foot. Lift your hips, left arm can reach up or left arm can reach forward. You're more than welcome to modify it any way you need to, any way you want to. Lift your hips, soften your face, relax your jaw and breathe. Be in your pose. Let yourself wobble and shake, and guess what? It's totally fine. It's part of the practice. One last big full body breath. All right, come back, plank or modified. Inhale and push the ground away. Slowly lower. 3, 2, 1. Let's find the Sphinx pose. So forearms parallel, elbows under shoulders. Press down through your palms, spread your fingers. Press down through your thumbs and your index especially. Lengthen through the back of your neck. So I even like to draw my chin towards my chest. Draw your belly button in and up. Pull back with your arms like you're trying to drag your body forward. Breathe. Keep pressing down through your palms. With your next exhale, reach your elbows out to both sides as you lower down. Hands frame your mid-ribs. Press up to tabletop. And from your tabletop, we're going to move into a spinal balance. So spread your fingers, push into the ground, even curl your back toes under. And then right arm forward, left leg back, spinal balance. So use your toes curled under to help stabilize your shin. Keep your spine neutral, not rounding, not arching. Draw your belly button in and up like there's a brace around your middle. One more inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee like you're moving in slow motion. Inhale, re-extend. 2 more like that, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, re-extend. Last time, exhale, elbow to knee. And lengthen. Exhale, set your right hand down. And set your left knee down. And set your left forearm down. So bring your left forearm to the ground. Imagine you're doing dolphin with your left arm and chaturanga with your right arm. So scoot your right hand back a little bit, maybe about a foot or so, and feel like you're doing chaturanga with your right arm. So plug your right shoulder into your back body and level out your shoulders as best you can. Relax your neck, curl your toes under, and lift your hips up. It's like a one-arm dolphin pose. So one arm is in dolphin, one arm is in chaturanga. You can absolutely stay here or extend your left leg to the sky. Keep your right arm strong. Keep your left forearm pushing into the ground. Keep breathing. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. If your left leg is lifted, active strong through your left leg, active through your left foot. One last big, huge, full body breath. And then let it all go. Bring everything down. Sit back and rest. Child's pose or embryo pose or hero's pose, just a seated kneeling position. Couple open mouth sides might feel real nice. And then if your breath is sped up at all, slow it down, smooth it out, regulate it. Downward facing dog. All right, from your down dog, inhale, take your right leg up. And exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. We will twist left hand on the ground or a block, or I just come to my left fingertips, right arm to the sky. So twist from your center, keep your legs very strong and feel your core work to help you twist. If you want to test, are my legs strong? Is my core working? See if you can hover your left hand above the ground and nothing much else really changes. Take about 2 more deep breaths. Good job. Bottom of your next exhale. Let it all go. And we'll take it into a wide-legged straddle. Give yourself a break here. So anything that would feel good. Or if you want to challenge, you're welcome to challenge yourself too. I'm going to go for more of a break. Just a nice stretchy stretch. So you do you. Wherever you go, your breath is right there with you. Good, you guys. Slow, steady. Ujjayi breath. Last couple rounds. Come to a halfway lift. Fingertips on the ground. And then walk your hands forward. Low lunge. Back knee down. So back knee down. And then you're going to move into a 3-legged tabletop. Right leg up. From 3-legged tabletop, we'll move into a modified side plank. So pivot on your left knee, left hand down, right arm up. Open up, squeeze through your outer left glute and press your hips forward. Stay here, or option to bind. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Try to spread your toes as you hold your foot in your hand. Try to press your hips further forward. Last big full body breath. And let it go. Tabletop, hands and knees. Bring your knees together. And walk your hands off the left edge of your mat. Reach your hips back into the right. Gently press your right armpit down. You might even reach your left hand back towards the back of your mat. Lengthen your right side a lot. Take one more deep breath here. And then let's just switch it up. So you can crawl your hands through center. You can lift your upper body to switch sides. Hands off the right edge of your mat. And hips reach back to the left. Gently press your left armpit towards the ground a little bit more. Good work. Okie dokie, come back to center. Take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale and push the ground away, hips high. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop forward, fold. Lift halfway and lengthen, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Take it all the way up, rise, arms overhead, big full body stretch, inhale. And hands to heart, exhale. Okay, just take a moment. Hands at your heart, or if you'd rather, whatever feels resonant. Close your eyes and feel from the inside, your feet on the ground. Crown of your head drawing up, pelvis neutral, spine neutral, back of your neck long. So how much awareness can you bring into simply just standing? How much awareness as you stand can you bring into breathing slowly and deeply? Stay as you are and fill up as big as you can with your next in-breath. Extra little sip, maybe even 2 extra sips. And then let it out your mouth. Ah, ujjayi breath, switch it back on. Inhale, arms up. Chair pose, sit back. Feet hips width distance apart, so adjust if you need to. And then this time, right hand comes down in between your feet, left arm reaches to the sky. So sit back. If you want to, you can bring a block under your right hand. You can modify however you want to modify. One variation is forearm, right forearm across your thigh instead. So that's absolutely an option. But be in your twisted chair. I know it's uncomfortable. Sit back, weight in your heels. Keep your spine long and twist from your center about 3 more breaths. Stay rooted through the inner edges and the outer edges of your feet. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. Good. Nice job. And bottom of your next exhale, fold. Let it go. Fold it. Lift halfway. Breathe in. Exhale. Plant your hands. Back to plank. Pause and move into side plank. Left hand is your base. So I'm on the baby toe edge of my left foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered. If you want to come back to that modified side plank with your left knee down, totally fine. Or you could even try left forearm down if you want to modify some other way. So take care of yourself. Lift your hips. Maybe right arm forward. Your personal fullest expression. Couple more breaths. It's okay to shake and wobble. Breathe into it. Soften around it. And back to plank or modified. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Slowly lower. 3, 2, 1. Let's find Spider-Man Cobra up on your fingertips nice and wide with your hands. Elbows face the sky. Lift. On an exhale, twist to one side. You can choose. Inhale through center. Twist to the other side. One more time each way. Inhale, center, lift. Tone your belly to support low back. Protect low back. Twist as you exhale. And through center. Twist as you exhale. Center, inhale. Release, let it go. Tabletop, hands and knees. Okie dokie, my friends, from your hands and your knees, we're moving into a spinal balance. So left arm this time forward, right leg back. Long, strong, powerful line. So your hips stay square, back of your neck stays long. Reach and lengthen. Draw your low belly in and up your belly button towards your spine. Take one more inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee like you're moving through molasses. Curl in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Just like that. Move with your breath. Lengthen, breathe in. One more exhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Left hand down. Exhale, right knee down. Exhale, right forearm down. Scoot your left hand back about a foot or so. Come into a chaturanga with your left arm like you're doing a push-up with your left arm. Don't let your left shoulder roll forward. So as you can see, my left hand is a little bit wider than my yoga mat, and that's totally fine. You can do the same if that's helpful for you. Try to get your shoulders level with one another. Relax your neck, curl your toes under, and lift your hips up. So it's like a one-arm dolphin pose. If you guys want to see something crazy, I'll try to do the full pose. If you want, you can lift your right leg up. Full pose, it's something like this. So your left knee comes to the back of your left forearm. I don't know if I can do it. And then your right leg will extend up. I can't do it. I can't get that right leg up. Maybe on the other side. But if any of you out there can do it, lift your right leg up with your left knee on your tricep. Go for it. Otherwise, just lift your right leg. That's perfect. 2 more big deep breaths. By any of you out there, I mean you, Heather, and you, Barb. All right, and then bring your right foot down, knees down, and sit back, rest any way you want. So maybe it's a child's pose, maybe it's an embryo pose, maybe it's heroes. You can sit up and kneel if you want to. So your resting pose, and feel and notice, and let your breath slow down again. If you want to watch, I'll try to do it. I think I can maybe do it on the other side. Let me think. So, looks like this. Right knee. And then, oh, okay, let's see. Okay. Ah, it's kind of crazy. Again, do it on the other side. Okay, last couple rounds. Side after mouth if you want. Downward facing dog. Soft face, soft jaw. Inhale your left leg to the sky. And then step it through softly. Exhale. Low lunge. Revolve lunge. So right hand on the ground or a block, or maybe come to right fingertips, left arm to the sky. And any way you want to work your revolve lunge. Breathe into it. Breathe all the way down to low belly and low back. Use your exhales to twist from your center. Last couple breaths. If you want to test to see if your legs are strong and is your core engaged, see if you can hover your right hand, nothing else changes. Bottom of your next exhale, let it go. Unwind and come into your wide-legged straddle position. Halfway lift if you want it. Inhale. And then any way you want to work it this time. About 5, 6, or 7 breaths. Good job, you guys. Take your last couple of rounds if you're working somewhere. Start to wrap it up. And then halfway lift. Next time you inhale, fingertips on the ground. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk your hands to the top of your space. So low lunge. From low lunge, bring your back knee down. And then unthread your left leg. So you're in a three-legged tabletop. From here, pivot on your right knee. And open up. So you're in a modified side plank. Squeeze through your outer right butt cheek. And press your hips forward. Open the front of your heart if you want. Option to bind the pose. Bend left knee, reach back, grab hold. Spread your toes, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Work the pose with every breath you take. Last couple of rounds. And then slowly bring it back. Hands and knees. Walk your knees together and walk your hands off the right edge of your mat. Reach your hips back into the left. And if you want, your right hand can reach towards the back of your mat as well. Breathe into your long left side. Okay, let's come back through center. And take it to the other side. Big deep breaths, gently working your right armpit a little closer to the earth. And then let's come back. Tabletop. Downward facing dog. Lots of length. Great big inhale. Push the ground away. Exhale, look forward, step or hop forward, fold. Spinal extension as you breathe in. And exhale, release it, let it go. Press through your feet, take it all the way up. Great big stretch at the top, inhale. And hands to your heart as you exhale. Okay. Balancing on our right foot. Lift your left knee. So standing staff. And then bring right hand to the outside of left leg. Left hand to your low back. And use your arms to leverage your twist. Broaden through your collarbones. Stay here. Or bring your right hand to your left foot. I like the outer edge. And start to extend. Press through your heel and only extend as far as you can without rounding. So if you have to round to straighten more, then don't straighten anymore. Whew. So this is what it would look like if you're rounding. And then it's really hard to hold and you start to fall apart. So just press through your heels, squeeze through your inner thighs. One last big deep breath. Maybe you extend your left arm back. Unwind slowly, standing staff. I'm going to bend my knee. You can keep yours straight if you want. And let's take it to a low lunge. From low lunge, back knee down. And then bring your hands inside your right foot. Walk your right knee out wide. Maybe walk your right foot forward a bit. See if you can let your hips move closer to the ground. Let them melt. Spin your right toes out. And if you want to, you can roll into the outer edge of your right foot as well. Try not to put too much weight in your hands. It's okay to put some, but try to encourage the weight into your legs and just breathe into it. Good job. Take one last round here. Bring your right foot back to midline. So you're going to frame your right foot and lift your back knee. And then you're going to walk your hands forward and float your back foot off the ground. Come into a half moon. So start to open your hips. Maybe eventually your left arm extends up. If you want to bind the pose, go for it. Wherever you're at, breath is right there. If your left leg is extended, left foot is active, left leg is strong. Last couple of rounds. We're going to end up in a forward fold. So after your last couple of rounds, top of your space, left foot comes down next to right. You can give your you can give your right leg or your left leg or both legs a little shaky shake. And then eventually tiny little potato bug ball. So big toes touch, tuck and curl, a little gap in between your heels. Your heels can lift or your heels can press down. It's up to you. Breathe into your back body and neutralize your spine for a moment. Spinal flexion, you're rounding here. Next inhalation, lift halfway, lengthen, stick your butt out. You can widen your stance if you want. Fold, exhale. Take it all the way up. Arms to the sky, big stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. Okay. One more balance. Left foot down, right knee lifts. I shouldn't say one more, but one more side. Standing staff. So once you found your balance here, start to twist. Left hand grabs the outside of right knee or thigh. Right hand, right palm presses into your low back and twist. This can be where you stay. If you want, left hand grabs right foot and start to extend. Press through your heels, squeeze through your inner thighs, and breathe. Only extend as much as you can without letting your back round. Slow, steady breath. Take about 3 more, and if you want, at any point, your right arm can extend back. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Lengthen your spine, broaden through your collarbones. Bottom of your next exhalation, unwind standing staff. You can keep your right leg extended if you want. Take it back to low lunge slowly. From low lunge, Hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide. Bring your back knee down and let your hips melt down. Make sure your knee doesn't come forward of your ankle, your front knee. So if you need to, if it's doing this, then walk your front foot forward. And you can pivot your left toes out or even roll into the baby toe edge of your left foot. Heart lifts. Try not to put too much weight in your arms. Think of your hands just there for support. Encourage your weight back into your hips and breathe. Soften around the sensation. You're doing so good. Open your mouth anytime. Last 2 or 3 deep breaths here. All right, come back up to your hands if you're not there. And then just work your left foot back to midline and lift your back knee up. So back to a regular low lunge. From your low lunge, crawl your hands forward, float your back leg up and open up your hips. So finding your balancing half moon. Hips open, heart opens, back legs strong and powerful work. You can bind the pose if you want to. Your variation, your expression, even if you're falling out, that's your variation today. Be there and meet yourself there with compassion and playfulness. Breathe. Last 2, 3 breaths. Your pose. Half moon. Squeeze through your outer left butt cheek and let your hips open more. Bottom of your next exhale. Forward fold. Set your right foot down next to left. You can shake it out. You can pedal it out. Eventually, one more tiny little potato bug ball, tuck and curl. Tuck and curl. Breathe into your back body. If you want to, you can wrap your arms around your shins. Get small and compact. Give yourself a great big hug or squeeze. Maybe one last big deep breath all the way to empty as you exhale. And then halfway lift as you inhale. Set your heels down and lengthen your spine. This time, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, plank, move through one last vinyasa, however you would like to. End up either in one final down dog or one final child's pose. Good job, you guys. All right, start to find your way into a seat. An invitation to take a seated hip opener today, but if you'd rather take a supine pigeon, please feel free. That's totally fine. Otherwise, the invitation is double pigeon, so right shin on top of left shin. And try not to put your foot inside your knee like this, but put your outer ankle all the way up on your inner knee. So it should look like this, not like this. It seems like not that big of a deal, but it's actually it's doing something completely different. So try to get this. Even if it's like this, that's fine. And this is where you stay. If your knee is level with your hip, reach your butt back, reach your heart forward, and then fold. Keep the flexion, the dorsal flexion in your toes. Breathe down into your low back, down into your low belly, down into your hips and your pelvis. Take about 5 more breaths here. And if you are folded forward like me, bottom of your next exhale, either roll up or start to rise. And then either on your back, if that's where you happen to be, or from a seated position, we're going to take some windshield wipers. So feet wide, your seated hands just can come behind you and take your knees side to side a few times. Take as many rounds as you want to. And then we'll move into that same hip opener on the other side. Or if this side feels different and you want to take a different variation, please do. So left shin on top. Or just make sure you get both sides. If you went left last time, go right this time. This side might feel different again, so please honor that rather than forcing it. Use your breath to just soften. Let go into the pose. Keep your ankles strong, keep your toes flexed. Take about 5 more big deep breaths. And if you, again, happen to be in a fold like me, bottom of your next exhale, either roll up or unhinge at your hips and rise. One more round of windshield wipers from a seat, or this time, everybody, if you want, can come down onto your back. If you prefer to take them in a seat, that's fine too. And then after a few rounds of windshield wipers, I'm going to take a few more because it's feeling real nice. But eventually, happy baby pose on your back. So grab hold of your feet and try to find a neutral spine in happy baby as best you can. So pull down with your arms, press up through your heels, flex your toes. And you can rock. You can bow and arrow, pull one leg in, extend the other. Yeah. Bring the soles of your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Just let your knees fall in, so feet nice and wide. Let your knees fall in. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And I just want to try something. So we're not going to do a breathwork exercise. But what I want you to do is I want you to inhale. Well, and we'll do this in a moment. I'm just explaining right now. So I want you to inhale and feel everything expand. And then as you exhale, I want you to try to keep everything as expanded as you can. So rather than hugging everything back in and back down, see if you can keep everything really long and expanded as you exhale. And then when you take your next inhale, maybe expand even more. So like you're creating more space and just holding that space as best you can, even as you exhale. So start by just exhaling all the way to empty. You can breathe in through nose or mouth. Inhale, fill up as big as you can. Feel everything expand, feel your spine grow a little longer. And then hold as much as you can that expansion and just let go. Exhale. Slowly come to emptiness. Rather than intentionally drawing everything in, keep everything expanded and long. Again, inhale. Come back into all that space. Maybe create a little bit more. Breathe a little bit more, breathe into the lowest lobes of your lungs, and then keep as much of that space and length as you can, and just let go of your breath. You don't have to force it out, it doesn't have to be ujjayi. We'll do just one more round like that. So inhale, fill up. Imagine your spine, the space between each little vertebra in your spine is increasing. Imagine the space between your ribs is increasing. Hold in that fullness for just a split second and keep as much of that fullness, expansiveness as you can, and just let go, empty out. Good job, you guys. You can stay right here if you want for the remainder of our practice for your Shavasana. Or if there's any finishing movements, stretches, poses you want to take real quick on your own, go for it. You can let go of any effort of control of your breath now. You just start to let yourself drift off. And as you drift off, I will just read to you. Oh, what's the rush? It takes a long time to clear emotional debris. It takes a long time to peel off our armor. It takes a long time to recognize our magnificence. It takes a long time to heal our shame. It takes a long time to explore our possibilities. It takes a long time to find our voice. It takes a long time to integrate our changes. It takes a long time to learn the lessons that expand us. It takes a long time to craft a life of purpose. It's a lifelong journey. Rushing works against us. Throw out the clocks. The soul has a timeline all its own. So let go of time and space. And these last few moments, just be with yourself, just rest. And see what's there with you right now. To be felt, to be noticed, to be explored. And just stay with it, sit with it. Let what comes come and let what goes go. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Just start to wiggle a little, wiggle fingers, toes, whatever would feel good to just gently and slowly wake your body up. And as you're ready, fetal position is waiting for you on either side. Use your arms. Slowly find your way up into seated meditation. And with your eyes closed, gather your hands to your heart. And bow your head to your heart and just acknowledge yourself for taking time out of your day to do your practice. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste.